Welcome to Loudmouth Studios here in Toronto, Canada. My name is Kevin Howley, a local record producer here.
And I'm Eunice Keitan, an R&B singer-songwriter based in Toronto as well.
And today we want to take a deep dive into Eunice's newest single, Standing With You, which just came out last month. And it's a really important song to both of us. And so we want to take a deep dive into the production, how it was written, what all the sounds mean, and just how the song came to life.
I wrote Standing With You 5 days after the murder of George Floyd. And in the media and in the protests, the line, "I can't breathe," kept coming up. And it is the line that actually inspired the song, because it felt like that line was so powerful and so heavy because it symbolized the oppression and the injustice that people of color were facing. And it also gave context. I wrote it at like 4:30 a.m. and I sent it to Kevin. I think it was like a one-line text being like, "What do you think of this? What do you think of this song?"
Yeah, I still have it. It was I think it was literally like, "What do you think of this? I'm not sure."
Yeah, exactly.
And then voice memo, which I got at 4:30 in the morning because I was awake. I think a song like this is really difficult to write. I had started writing things in the middle of all the protests, and it's a hard thing to unpack. It's a complicated issue to unpack in the form of song. If I can say, like, as someone who isn't a person of color, it's like sometimes you feel like it's not your place to weigh in, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think it's everyone's role to face injustice and oppression head on, right? Say something. And as artists, that's just the instinct. You don't think about it. You see the world and you react. She sent me, I think it was the first verse. Was it both verses? No, it was just the first verse and a chorus.
Yeah.
And it was really powerful right away. And I said, "You gotta finish this. Like now. Strike while the iron's hot, while the emotions are running,
Mm-hmm.
And she did."
We did take a couple weeks after to kind of like sit with it and to like figure out like the best way to convey that message of like hope and solidarity as well. And like you really contributed to that too, because I was just like losing my brain. We wrote like 10 verses, I think.
Yeah, there's probably about 10 different verses.
Yeah.
That is such a complex issue to try and sum up, and I mean you can't do that in the span of one song, but the place we got to when we really thought about it and analyzed it, it's like, we can't cover the entire history of police brutality, or the oppression of people of color, but the thing we can do, what it ultimately ended up being, was a song of solidarity, a song of, a message of empathy, trying to put yourself in other people's shoes, right? And so, yeah, we wrote and we rewrote and we rewrote, and eventually we ended up with what's on the track.
Yeah.
So as mentioned, in my hand, I have the demo, the original demo that she sent me, the voice memo she sent me of when she first wrote the song, which was at 4:23 a.m., the end of May. So, let's just kind of check out what that sounds like.
Why does it seem like nothing has ever changed? And how do we break the cycle of hate and rage? And when will we honor justice for every man? 'Cause what we're fighting is still the system in the end.
Still the system, time and
Yeah,
time
we changed
again.
that.
Yeah,
We changed
that line changed a bunch. It changed a bunch, and then it's totally different now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ended up rewriting that so many times.
Yeah.
But that was the original. That was
Mm-hmm.
its original form
Yeah.
when it first fell out of you. Was that in your car?
No,
No?
it was actually in my kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And
Eunice used to practice in her car, guys.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm allowed
I
to
still
say
do.
that.
I still do.
Good. If you need to practice late at night, you're in Toronto. Everyone
That's
lives on top of each
right.
other. There's
It's
nowhere
soundproof.
to make.
Soundproof.
So it's a lot of iterations, and then eventually the chorus came out, and I think.
When you can't breathe, we're all hurting when you can't breathe. I can't breathe. You can't breathe. We're all dying. Just know I'll walk with you till the end. I'm standing with you, my friend.
So that's all Eunice. Brilliant vocal arrangement.
I mean, the reason why I work with you is because you never complain when I send you like 30 or 50 vocal layers of
No,
harmony.
That's exciting to me. Send me all the vocals. And so, speaking of which, I mean, obviously, we were trying to record this song in the middle of a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I also moved a little bit outside of Toronto, so that made it even trickier for us to get together. And so, yeah, we were passing files back and forth, and just building the track one by one. Eventually, we started bringing other people in. They were sending us tracks, and we eventually just assembled this whole thing. So the first thing, you sent me guitar and vocals.
Yeah.
So let's have a listen to how that sounds.
Why does it seem like nothing has ever changed? And how do we break the cycle of hate and rage? And
So you recorded that all at home, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right in the kitchen.
You know, we talked a bit about it before. Really, I just wanted the most raw and honest performance that we could get. And that's exactly what she did. And we just built it from there.